What you're about to hear could be the most important podcast ever created. But probably not. Welcome. It's the Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Is this rolling and recording?
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
I have something.
Okay.
Someone, this woman named Samantha Hart, she reached out because she's a little upset at the fact that her parents didn't think of her first initial and her last name because she just started a new job, and that's how it works. So for me, it would be B. Jones at, let's say, morninghottub.com.
Oh,
for her,
no.
it's S. Hart or Shart.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess if you're going to be naming a kid anytime soon, take that into consideration.
When you first said
Emails
that,
matter.
I thought okay, so it's SH. Those are initials. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Oh, it's so true.
Oh, is it spelled H-A-R-T?
Yes, exactly.
Or if she was in like IT and it was SHIT at Microsoft.com,
Yeah,
the
also
IT
not good.
department,
Yeah.
that
Not
would
good.
suck.
Yeah.
You'd have to go to so many lengths to get
I know.
there.
That's a weird way to do emails. BJ on air.
Yeah.
Wow, also not great.
Not good.
Were you ever concerned about your initials being on the air?
No. Well, I once pitched BJ the DJ as my radio name. Yeah,
That's
that got
terrible.
rejected
Yeah,
for
no
obvious
kidding.
reasons. I didn't really want it. It was just sort of like a mega list of names that I threw out
Yeah,
there.
you
I
say
feel
that
like,
now.
you know what? There are a bunch of BJ the DJs all
think
over
so?
North
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
And it
there
doesn't
are.
fit me. Like, it doesn't feel
No.
like my type of personality.
Yeah,
No.
it definitely doesn't fit you. I've known you for a while.
That's definitely not
Imagine we
you.
had to say that every time. Oh, BJ the DJ, what do you think?
Oh, God, I would hate that. It's so hokey and radio-y.
Yeah, it is.
Did you get BJ as a nickname growing up?
No, never. I've
No.
never had that. I don't know why, which I'm okay with.
People
Yeah.
called you Beej.
Beej, I've gotten Beej, but
Okay.
yeah. But
Okay.
I also have a friend who's TJ, and that's his first name, or not his real first name, but
Tej?
everybody called him. And so Tej.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it would be weird if I was also Beej.
I also feel, Jenny, you would hate Beej.
I would hate it. I do hate it. That's very funny.
What
Yes.
about Tej?
Tej, I don't love either.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
no.
love Tej.
I like TJ and I like BJ. Hang on.
Yes,
yeah, all right, way to go.
we got there.
Yeah, we got there. Yeah.
All right, let's begin the Hot Tub Podcast.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Does this count as smuggling? And I might have to say, not a moment for children.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
earmuffs?
Earmuffs, we should say.
Earmuffs.
Yeah.
A woman from Australia recently shared on TikTok that she was caught at airport security with her boyfriend's ashes concealed in a sex toy.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rush.
Been there.
Been there.
Well, 23-year-old Sarah Button says the sex toy was, can I say this? I don't know if I can say this.
Is
Can
it the
I
place
say-
in Newfoundland?
No.
Oh.
Place called Butt Plug, Newfoundland.
I guess you can. Is that what you were worried about saying?
Yeah, can you say that?
You just did.
I did, but
Yeah.
sort of in like a.
Yeah,
Can you say that?
Yeah, no, sure.
Call
you
it a
did.
BP. Okay. So, she says it was in the BP, and it was her late boyfriend, and she was carrying it in a bag while going through security in the United Arab Emirates, allegedly causing issues with staff. She says of the sex toy, the intention was initially a joke because he's. Oh, because he spent so much time in there and it was his favorite place.
Oh, my God.
This is not a real story.
No, it is because listen, I
getting
didn't believe it at first. I didn't believe it at
But-
first, but listen to her
But-
quote. Yes, but so she says, honestly, it is the funniest thing he's ever done. I'll spend my whole life laughing about it, which really beats crying.
Oh, okay.
She adds she's taken her former partner's ashes on big adventures around the globe ever since.
I bet you.
Wow.
I mean, his view isn't very good. But
It was his favorite place. I mean, whatever works. And if this was his, dying wish to be put in a BP.
Sure. I kind of love
Also,
this.
how big is the BP?
Oh, boy. That's the direction we're
I'm
going
Why are
just
to
you
take.
whispering?
Well,
yeah.
Does it make it smaller? Can you whisper?
so only part of him is in the plug.
Well, I'd imagine not all his ashes. No.
Yeah,
Or
no.
that's a
Yeah.
big, you know
Yeah,
what?
it is.
You know.
I do. Yeah, I do know what.
And imagine explaining that to his family. Like, hey, where'd the
Right?
ashes
Yeah.
go? Oh, I just keep them.
And again, his family doesn't want to hear that was his favorite place.
No.
No.
Well,
No.
that's
Oh,
why I'm
God.
assuming he probably sent part of him to
Yeah,
other...
like half the ashes are with mom and dad.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Although if you think about it, if it was a really big,
Oh.
it kind of looks like an urn.
Yeah.
If you think about it, turn it the other way around.
If it, well, I mean, it would have to be very
Guys.
large.
Very
Well, I'm
large.
just
First
saying.
of all, I've never seen one.
You haven't? Oh, there was a whole display.
Jenny's very excited.
We were at the museum for one of Rory's field trips, and we went into this, like, I'm not even kidding. This
an
is a
odd
real
field
story.
trip for
I know.
children.
So we went into this one display, or what do you call it? One
Exhibit?
Exhibit, yeah.
Yeah.
And you walk in, and I'm looking at this thing, and it looked quite pretty. It's like to a girlfriend of mine. I was like,
What
what is this?
museum did you
Yeah,
go to?
I'm not even kidding.
And it was quite
Obviously,
pretty?
it was. I mean, they had a bunch of different sizes, and they were all glass. Like they were really. It was. I'm like, that's beautiful. And she's like, they're butt plugs, and I was like, what? No.
What museum
I
were
think
you
she was
going
like
to?
pulling your leg.
No, it was a whole like there was the whole exhibit was like had to do with that kind
Butt
of thing.
plug?
Like throw
No,
time?
like I know. I don't think it was like
Is it like a prehistoric BP? This one's made of stone.
I think they were all made of stone.
yeah,
then.
yeah.
No, but that's a real thing. So that was the first time I had seen one up close. So I'm just saying, if you flipped
Wow.
it,
You had to finish that, and certainly not the last.
Right to the gift shop.
You
Oh
have
my
one
God.
that's dated,
Yeah.
so I know when I came to the museum.
That's
I
great.
wonder what the first one looked like, though.
She is fascinated
She
by
really
this.
is.
I really
I
am.
don't think it
Why?
looked much different than the
Yeah.
ones you looked
You
at.
don't think so?
No.
Like, think about when you started the story to where you are right now.
I know, but I'm not saying the words that helps.
You were uncomfortable with it. Can
Yeah.
I say this? And now all of a sudden they're pretty. You're going to museum exhibits.
But I don't have to say the word. You just
Okay.
know what I'm talking
It
about.
sounds
if I
like
had to say it,
the
yeah.
1800s.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. That's the first evidence we have of
So-
them.
The
But they
evidence.
must have
Oh, they
existed
were around
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
that.
Of course
when
they
you
were.
saw this exhibit,
Yeah.
did you not like read anything about it?
Do you know
Jenny
me?
doesn't read
I don't
plaques.
read plaques.
So then,
But you weren't curious about
but then
this one?
you don't know then if that's what it was.
There's a very
No, we
good
do
chance
know.
that that's not what they were.
No, because the girlfriend that I
They're
was
probably
with.
plane parts.
Yeah. The
They were all
girlfriend that you're
different
with may have
sizes.
just been having fun with you.
No,
Yes.
no. She's a big reader of everything.
she's gonna
She
say
does.
she's a big.
Yeah.
She would know.
Yeah, she knows. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Wow, that is wow.
Fascinating.
Was
it was
that here
really
in
neat.
town?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And it
why
might still
why
be
have we
up.
not heard about this?
Yeah, I'm.
I'm telling you,
I
that's
ca-
what
I
it
can't
was.
find anything
Yeah,
about it.
I half believe Jenny on this one.
I'm telling you.
Just
it
because
was
your
in
friend
there.
who reads doesn't.
No.
Just maybe she wasn't
What
reading
else
this.
would it have been? There's only so many things that look like that.
A mortar and pestle. Those things.
No.
Kind
They were
of.
all glass. What is a
Also-
mortar and pestle?
See, you don't even know what that is.
But no.
You know what these are.
What is that?
It's the things they
need
used
to
to like
look up a mortar
grind
and
things
pestle.
up.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
pharmacists would
yeah,
use
no,
that.
that wasn't it. I mean, why would they have a display of like herbs crunchers?
Well, why would they have a display of?
this. Yeah.
I think the herb crunchers are probably more likely to be in the exhibit. Yeah.
No, because it all had to do with like sex stuff and stuff.
Big reporter in the 70s, herb cruncher. Eyewitness news.
Back to you, butt plug.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
I would agree with this list, except for the rankings a little bit. Like most of the rankings are good, but I think the one that ranks second should actually rank first. So we'll see if you
Okay.
agree.
All right.
Someone polled 2,000 people and asked them to name the most annoying bathroom habits.
Oh no.
And I
Oh,
have the
no.
top 10. Guys, we need to talk about
Is this
it.
going to be gross?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, great.
Why are we doing this?
Well, it's important that we have these conversations, though.
It's not.
Exactly.
It is
Yes,
not.
it is. We
It
need
is
to
not
dig
important
deep.
at all.
so what are
leaving-
the most uncomfortable bathroom habits?
Or just the
gross?
annoying.
Yeah, annoying.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So leaving toothpaste or makeup stains on the mirror or in the sink
Yeah.
I hate toothpaste in the sink.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because it's just lazy.
And it's
Yeah.
it's
just
an
clean
easy
it.
thing to clean up right away.
Yeah.
It
Right.
gets more difficult the longer it's there.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Or
Yeah.
on the mirror, too. You like splatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gross.
Especially
Forget-
if it's floss splatter and you know where that is.
Oh, I floss in bed, so I never have to worry about
No,
that.
see, you know what?
So much worse.
But see, do you know how gross it is to floss in the bathroom in the mirror? Because then you see all the marks in the mirror. See, in the bedroom, you don't see them, but you know
I
it's
have
there.
flossed in front of the mirror, and there's no floss flinging. And I just like how aggressively are you flossing
But
that you get flinging?
Why are you lying down to floss?
I don't. I sit up.
Oh, but gross in bed though.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
little
Oh,
particles.
they're just
the
going
particles.
everywhere. And then what do you do with your floss after?
I have a little thingy that I just put it in, and then I throw it in the garbage in the morning if I don't feel like getting up.
Do you not wash your hands after you floss? Because I would wash
How
my
dirty
hands after.
is my mouth?
Well, if
You
you're
tell us.
flossing, I would be washing my hands after I
I've
floss.
already brushed my teeth.
You got a dirty mouth.
Wait, you keep your floss on your
You-
bedside table?
You floss after you brush your teeth?
Yeah, because I want to brush my teeth and I want to get into bed, and I just I'll do it while I'm watching
But
a TV show, or I
Everything
won't
you
do it at all.
flossed out is on. You should brush your
man.
teeth after, or else you've just loosened things.
I know that you're supposed to floss first, then brush. But if I'm gonna floss, it's better to floss after I brush than not floss at all.
You've got backwards
Do we have
flossing
any
habits.
Backwards
dentists
flossing
listening to
habit.
the show right now? Dental hygiene.
Not
They've all
anymore.
Turned off the
No.
station.
Yeah.
Guys,
Call-
all
call
I'm
in.
saying is
Call
it's
in.
better. It is better to floss after I brush than to not floss at all.
That's true, but I think
Yeah.
just floss.
Because I'm tired and I want to get into bed, and I'm like, I don't feel like flossing.
Then you
but
need
now
to,
I don't have
what
to
you
get
need
back
to
up
do
again.
is you need to replan your evenings because if you've gotten up to brush your teeth, that's the time that you should be
yeah.
flossing.
I don't
How
wanna
exhausting
floss
is it
standing up.
to stand and floss?
It is
do
exhausting.
do you brush your teeth standing up?
No, I do that in bed too. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
see, like just floss
No,
down.
it's different. There's
It's
something
not?
about there's some comfort that comes with flossing in bed.
You are such a catch.
I know. It's so hot. And then I start clipping my toenails.
Oh God!
I'm about to make the move, but you're surrounded by pillows and there's floss in your mouth.
It tastes like you live with us.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so forgetting to flush is number 2. I would put that above.
Well, yeah.
The-
I don't
toothpaste.
flush on the overnight.
Oh,
You don't?
no?
I
No.
always flush.
But then you're the
I don't
first
wanna
one
wake
up all the
anybody
time.
up.
Well, that's I would do the same thing because I'm not waking everybody up. And
I'm talking
no,
about number one.
Well,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm not flushing
No.
at 2
Okay.
o'clock in the morning.
no, but again, you're the but you're the first person.
yeah,
to the
to get up,
toilet
so
in the
you're
morning,
seeing
it's
your own
fine.
pee.
Yeah.
Who
Whatever.
cares? It's your own pee.
Yeah, or even
Yeah.
if it's on my wife's pee. It's
Yeah,
okay.
whatever.
I
It
guess
doesn't-
so.
yeah.
Gross. I'm sorry I said that out loud.
I'm isolating you.
No, you're not. I will actually sue you.
Okay, all right.
I mean, at least it's you. It's not all of us talking about seeing your wife's pee because that's weirder.
Stop.
You know, that's
Drop it.
Yeah.
Drop it.
This one is such a pet peeve. Peeing on the seat.
you don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
no,
pee
of
on the
course.
seat.
Gross.
Just lift the seat.
You
Leaving
gotta-
hair
yeah.
in the sink or tub. The drain, you know.
When I shave, I do such a good job of getting all the little hairs. You will never find a little hair anywhere
Yeah.
on
If,
the sink.
if my wife is like showering and she's conditioning and stuff, if she loses hair, which
She
girls
does,
with long
every
hair
girl
do,
does, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
If she considers it to be somewhat impressive,
Yeah.
she will then just leave it on the wall to show me the
show-
spider-looking hair. So that's nice, honey. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Okay, forgetting to replace the toilet paper. Nobody forgets to replace the toilet paper.
No,
They're
that's
just
a
too
weak-
lazy to do it.
weak answer.
No,
Exactly. Leaving the seat up. If you just, pulled women, that one would rank
Always
higher.
put it down.
Thank
Always put
you.
it down, yeah.
Appreciate
Since
that.
day one.
Yeah.
And I hate the argument. Well, why can't you just put it down when you have to pee and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I hate that.
No, it's really not that hard.
Just be
No.
a gentleman.
Lift up the
Exactly.
seat when you get in there, put it down when you're done.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not a hard thing for us to do.
Also,
No.
you should be closing the lid, and this is highly contentious, but you should be closing the lid every time you flush.
I
It
can't
doesn't really make a
contentious.
difference.
There was a new study that says,
Yeah.
it's not really doing
No, it
anything.
says
for
they're
you.
both gross, but they're both gross. But
Yeah.
it's grosser to keep it open.
Not really. It's not
Okay,
that
it's
much.
poop particles. They're going everywhere.
Poop particles coming out anyway.
Yeah.
That's the smaller
you-
ones are getting everywhere.
Have you heard what's going on in Jenny's bed? I mean, it's just, it doesn't matter.
I mean, really.
What do we do? What do we
Yeah.
say?
I welcome an open bowl flush. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, leaving objects in the sink like a hairbrush or curling iron,
Oh,
and
yeah, don't
finally
do that.
using someone else's razor.
Yeah.
It just beat out peeing in the shower. And I don't care, like Derek has
It's all
in
pipes.
desperate times has had to use my razor, but I just want him to tell me because I often have to keep an eye on how sharp the blades are.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I don't get like razor burn and whatever
Yeah.
else. So I
Yeah.
just need to, you want to use my razor, man, use it. Just let me know you're using it too. And I know that I need to replace
Well, you know
it
what?
sooner.
Just always assume he's using it. Problem solved.
Yeah, but he doesn't always.
No,
and I
no,
don't, they're
that's not-
expensive.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like,
expensive.
if you're
But just bring your own razor in
Well,
the
that's
shower.
easier.
That's
yes.
the other thing too.
For sure, yeah.
Have your
And
own
have a shower
razor.
razor. I shave in the shower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I shave in the shower too.
Yeah,
I
Derek has
can't.
a shower razor.
I shave dry.
It's weird.
So does
that-
Derek.
Yeah.
He shaves Derek shaves his arms.
It's just I
Why are you doing this
Under
to
the
him?
bus.
He'll
Absolutely.
admit it. He'll admit it. He shaves his arms. He doesn't like
When's
arm
this
hair.
diving class today?
Yeah. Does he do it because he's an athlete?
I think he started. He used to shave his legs too. He used to because he was cycling for like a brief period of his
I mean,
life.
yeah, and really, yeah, because that made a huge difference at
Right,
this time.
exactly.
Yeah.
But and that was like I'm talking like super brief, and then he just liked it, so he kept doing it.
Okay.
And then he's recently stopped, but he still shaves his arms.
And he
I'm
shaves
pretty
his
sure.
arms dry too. He doesn't.
No, he does that in the shower, and then.
But my face,
But his
I
face,
do-
he
but
shaves
you're-
dry.
yeah.
He doesn't put anything on it.
No,
That's
nothing.
insane. You
No
don't put
water.
anything
No
on it? You
water,
don't put-
nothing. No.
Nope.
And,
Just-
and you
all
never
can
get
hear
like
is
the bumps or
scraping.
anything?
Do you?
Never?
Okay,
Oh, man.
but when you're shaving, so do you just sort of shake the razor out, or do you put that underwater and then shave
No,
your
I don't
face?
use one drop of
No,
water
okay.
anywhere.
That is crazy.
That's
to me.
weird.
Yeah.
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 And you get it. It's like a smooth shave, no bumps, no
Absolute-
anything.
Baby's butt, baby.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! I have to use the most sensitive like razor, the most sensitive shaving cream. I have to like stand in like the super hot
See,
water
Derek
for 10 minutes
used to
before.
have because he would react to all of that
Yeah.
stuff, and then once he started shaving dry, he doesn't have a bump, a lump, nothing. Like
Yeah.
everything, he
I
doesn't
don't.
react to
I don't
it.
use shaving cream. It's just the facial cleanser that I use. If that's my face, I'll shave with that.
Foams
and that
up
works
enough
fine.
for
Yeah.
you.
I gotta
Is
change.
Rush, is Rush trying to convince us he shaved?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's an annual thing.
If you were gonna shave,
That's what I
you
would
would
do.
use facial
Sure.
cleanser.
One day
Yeah.
when my body goes through changes,
You're right.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Punxsutawney Phil predicted an early spring for just the 20th time since Groundhog Day started over 130 years ago. So it's a
Okay.
pretty big deal.
This is a bunch of days ago, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, on Groundhog Day, obviously. Yeah, so a few states over, though, things weren't all rainbows and butterflies.
What?
Kentucky has its own weather predicting groundhog named Major. Or had their own.
No, what happened to Major? Did he get fired?
He died
What?
on Groundhog Day.
Oh.
Oh, before you get Peter on the phone, he wasn't mishandled and his shadow didn't scare him to death or anything like that. He was close to 10, which is pretty old for a groundhog.
it is. Yeah.
And he died of natural causes.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
that's good.
a place called Second Chances Wildlife Center took him in as a baby, and he lived there his entire life. They put out a statement saying they knew it was coming, and he passed away peacefully.
Did his corpse see a shadow?
That's the
I
big
don't
question.
know. That's the thing. Sadly, he was just about to retire, so he would have had days off. But anyway, this was set
Retire?
to be yes.
Yeah.
Around the
mean,
back of the barn, let's retire him.
The groundhog dying is not a big deal. Like Punxsutawney Phil, they're on their like 48th
You don't know
Punxsutawney
that.
Phil.
Stop
Don't
it.
do
You don't know.
Stop it.
But the issue is that he died
No.
on Groundhog Day.
This is it. This was
Yeah.
set to be his final year of predicting before he turned things over to his
Sorry,
protege.
did he die before the ceremony?
Or-
so
or during
yeah,
the ceremony?
No.
Like,
right
did he do it and then die?
He didn't do it. He just
Oh.
I guess he didn't
He
wake
died
up.
in the overnight.
Yeah, he
Oh,
didn't
okay.
wake up. They went to get him
So
to do his
how
thing.
much was Kentucky scrambling that morning? When
And what does
Well,
that
I'm
mean? How
telling
much
you, they
snow
had-
were they getting? What happens to the, go through the book? What the groundhog died? What does that mean?
No, Major had a protege named Josie Burrow.
oh,
Yeah, over I guess named after Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting that they wouldn't have just called the new one Major?
It is
Like,
strange
they're
because like
changing the name,
Punxsutawney
right?
Phil is
And Wyerton Willie's been replaced as
yes,
well. As,
many
I believe,
times.
yeah.
I mean, they've been. I mean, and they don't even try to make them look the same. Like some are albino groundhogs. They're all over.
The Wildlife Center says right before Major passed, he actually coached Josie through her first forecast. And just like Phil, she also said we'll have an early spring.
Okay, let's not pretend that the groundhogs have any idea what's going on in Groundhog
Don't
Day
you
because
ruin
they
my
don't.
visual. I love the idea
They
of
do
him,
not
like
know.
leading her out, and then you're gonna do this.
She shouldn't have been too happy though if her protege just passed away.
Oh yeah, maybe Josie did it.
Oh
Oh, the little groundhog
Wow.
pillow
I
over
did
his
boy, murderous groundhogs.
Took a turn.
I did not see that coming at all. Wow.
Your tea, Major.
Josie, come on, time to. Oh my God, what have you done to Major?
Josie, no!
Poisoning his whatever it is that groundhogs eat.
Little cup of tea before
Sure,
bed.
yeah.
It's just the way you like it.
Thank you, Josie. I've got a very busy day tomorrow. I've got to predict winter for 6 more weeks.
My last day on the job.
I am so happy to pass this off to you. You've been a wonderful protege.
I have a question now. Going to motive, I mean, he was passing the job on to her anyway.
Maybe there's an inherent.
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah,
it was-
maybe. Yeah. No, I think he was passing the job, but maybe she was ready. She wanted.
Maybe this is like a Jay Leno,
Ready.
Conan O'Brien thing.
Right.
Could be.
He was passing
Yeah.
off, but he really didn't want to
Yeah,
leave.
Yeah.
he was going to come back anyway. Okay, could be.
Yeah, and with
they were gonna
Major
give him
around-
the 10 o'clock.
And with Major around, would
Yeah.
everybody trust Josie's predictions?
knows?
You know.
Yeah.
This
So.
tea is very pilly tasting.
You're old, Major.
There's not normally pills floating in my tea.
Just drink it.
Soon you will be the 54th most famous groundhog on Groundhog Day, since nobody's heard of me.
Like, at least we're trying to do Major's voice.
voice,
You're-
I just-
Where's Josie's voice?
Josie's voice. Just drink it.
No,
Why is Josie sounds really evil? Hang on.
she's not old. She's,
No,
She's young and spry, and
Just drink it, Major.
that's better, yeah.
Less threatening.
you
Yeah.
never come in here and bring me tea.
Today's a due. Aw.
What?
You seem nervous. Is something bothering you?
Why are you shaking, Josie?
I'm just so excited to be in your presence, Major.
Is that a pill bottle behind your back?
No.
Does it say arsenic there?
Your eyes are playing tricks on you.
And
Well,
I
I
can't
trust
read because I'm a groundhog. But I think that says arsenic.
Let me shine this flashlight on you and see if you see a shadow.
Oh, hang on. The batteries are dead. Let me replace them.
Is everybody picturing this going on underground in their little groundhog
Yes,
house?
of course.
Much
In a mini
better.
bed. Yeah.
Josie, I'm so dizzy.
I feel lightheaded, Josie.
Help me to the bathroom.
It's very important that I'm ready in the morning. It's a big day for me.
And where's my monocle?
Oh my God.
You know, they can't just replace me.
Why are you laughing like that, Josie? I've never heard that from you.
And you're dead.
I haven't had the tea yet, though. Why am I dead?
I've ruined it.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady. Find the gang on their socials. Follow at Mahler, at One True Rush, at Hot Flash Jenny, and at Brady Jones Radio.
Okay, here we go. You ready? This place I'm about to talk to you guys about bills itself as a judgment-free zone.
Okay.
All right.
But of course, the internet is not that.
Oh God.
Okay.
So some people online are holding back.
Uh-huh.
Let's let me try and get through this as best I
Okay.
can.
Okay.
There's a small town in New Hampshire. It's up in arms over a new business called the Diaper Spa,
Oh, okay.
where clients wear diapers and pretend to be babies.
No.
Oh God.
Oh, good.
Now, people who live nearby are worried it's a fetish thing and that the clients might be dangerous.
Because it is.
No.
It
I
also
don't know that
happens.
they're dangerous.
Dangerous.
It also happens to be close to a park. Anyway, that's besides the point.
Okay.
The owner is a licensed therapist and says that's not what it is. She claims it's for people to get targeted therapy and work out issues from their childhood. But some of the services on her site are presented in a fun way. So I don't know. There's one called ABDL Nursery Spa Care,
Okay.
described as a spa-like nursery experience for the little one inside you. And by the way, ABDL stands for Adult Baby Diaper Lover.
Adult baby, got it.
Adult
Okay.
And a
baby diaper lover.
A
Gotcha.
2-hour session costs $100.
That's
my
pricey.
God. And you have to wear a diaper.
Yeah.
There's also a virtual play date.
Get to wear a diaper, not have to.
Get to.
The virtual play date is $200, where you do a Zoom call with a therapist. And for $1,500, you can book one night diaper B&B that comes with, quote, top-notch care and pampering services.
I bet.
More than 500 people signed an online petition to get the business shut down.
Well, yeah,
No.
I mean,
Who cares that much?
But at least one person who lives there doesn't take issue with it. A neighbor in her early 90s thinks people should just chill out
Yes.
and say it doesn't bother. And she says it doesn't
and good
bother
for
her
her.
at
She's
all.
in her 90s and feels that way.
Yeah.
Again, I to go and I mean, people are doing what they're doing. If they're not
Yes.
bothering
But
anybody,
if
sure.
It's not affecting your life.
But it was right next door to your house.
Who cares?
Yeah, this
Diaper
is-
away.
I mean, if they're in the backyard and stuff, that's weird.
Is
But,
it?
you know,
I
if
am
they
totally,
were-
I'm grabbing a
Is
coffee
it?
and
Yeah.
I am watching.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why are you watching?
Well, what are they
What
doing?
is that, your fetish?
Well, no. I mean, I'd probably get used to it.
Yeah.
Like anything. It's like living on train tracks. You know, like you're
Sounds
gonna.
like Jenny's heading over to the diaper spot.
Yeah.
No, but I want to know are they playing with rattles in their diapers in the backyard?
I would imagine.
Like, are
Maybe.
they crawling?
They
Sure.
might be,
You can't
yeah.
tell me you're not watching that out your kitchen window.
Okay,
No.
I'm on their website.
Oh, come
It's
on.
less of a spa and more of someone's basement.
Okay.
Like it's
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
literally just someone's house.
Oh, but that's the thing. Who cares?
I mean,
if it brings
yeah,
joy
sure.
to people, who cares?
If that's
It
what they're
brings
doing.
joy.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be working through childhood trauma.
And that's a positive too.
That's not joy.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I think in
maybe
the
you feel
end-
joy afterwards.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just can't imagine there's a lot of people in like the New Hampshire area that want this.
Feels,
You know
it
what I mean?
very
feels like
niche.
it's niche.
Very niche.
Yeah.
Do people travel for this?
Probably.
Jenny, every time we bring stuff up
Yeah.
like about neighbors doing, you will literally live beside anybody
Yeah.
doing anything.
Because it's not affecting my life.
But
If
it is.
And I'm
It's
grabbing
not.
my coffee and watching the diaper rattle.
Again, if
babies.
anything, it's adding to your life
Adults.
because it's giving you entertainment.
Exactly.
I mean, this keeps you from watching Below Deck because you're watching something that's just as entertaining.
Sure.
So you're in the back trying to watch Cocktail.
Okay, yeah.
And you're beside the pool.
Yes.
And all you can hear next door are a dozen adults crying like babies.
Yeah.
And this is not affecting your life.
There's extra butter on the popcorn.
Yeah. Now that's just one. That's now there's 12 of those.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean, I could probably do that for 5 to 10 minutes, get entertained, and then move inside.
I think we should send Jenny to the
I
I
think
spot.
don't
so,
want
yeah.
to go.
It's looking like a 6-hour and 23-minute drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And $600 for what? An hour?
Well, no, you can
Expensive.
stay there for the night. The diper B&B
Right.
is $1,500.
There you go.
And it
That's
comes with like a
reasonable.
spa package.
And a diaper.
yeah.
In somebody's basement. I'm going to die.
Wouldn't you like to see yourself in a diaper?
No! Oh, what a creepy visual.
Now it finally got creepy for her. I
That-
love
that needed
in
to
somebody's
happen.
basement, comma, I'm going to die.
I'm sending you guys the pictures of what it looks like.
Please
okay? I just
don't.
emailed it to
Oh,
you.
God.
It's literally just, it's someone's house.
Of course it is.
But it's like, it's so dinky. There's nothing
Oh
here.
my God. That is so serial killer, man.
Yes.
Hang
Oh,
on.
Oh dear.
the diaper
Oh, no.
spa.
I mean, it looks clean.
Look, I am the least guy who could like build a website on this program. I could build this website. I mean, this is so basic.
It's funny when I
Yeah.
see these things. Usually I don't think twice, but I got this, the website uses cookies. I'm declining.
I did the same thing.
And decline. I
No, but
declined as
even,
well.
Like if you're gonna put a picture of the massage table up, at least put a sheet on it that fits properly and doesn't look like
I think
somebody
that-
had been sleeping on it.
I
the
don't
night
think that's
before.
for massages. I think that's a big change table.
It's a change table.
It's a change.
Oh.
Of course it is.
yeah.
And once again, this is not bothering you that it's next door.
I'm cool with it. I don't want to stay over.
Oh my
You
God.
know? Oh, and they have little blankies and. Oh yeah.
This
No,
is creep
it is-
level.
it's wild. It's-
1,000.
Like, to each their own, but this
sure.
is a doctor offering this?
I mean, she must have run into enough people in her practice that revert back to being babies and need to do that to like work through trauma or something.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm traumatized by these photos. I have to be honest with you. I really am. Oh, she should be stripped of her therapy license. That's insane.
Oh, no way.
Jenny.
Well, I mean, if it works for some people, who cares? And maybe that's what she specializes in.
How does it work? Like,
I don't know.
What's the
I'm
end
not
result?
going to find out, okay?
I still want Jenny in a diaper rolling around.
I'm just saying, 6.5 hours away. Or you can fly into Boston and rent a car.
Oh, man.
Imagine driving that far and the whole time knowing where I have to go. And then I'm going to be in a diaper in 6
So
hours.
if you're driving there, would you at least wear a diaper driving there just to get used to the feeling? So you're
Oh,
not
yeah.
going diaper cold, like going
good
in cold, I
question.
guess.
Like
you know?
work it in a little bit. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Apparently, I'm just reading in the summer you can play with your water wings and floaties poolside.
Oh,
So you get
geez.
your floaties in there.
Sign
That's
me
fun.
up.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Okay, so if you fly out on Friday, you can go
my
direct.
God,
$640. You'll be back Sunday by 7:30. You can be at work on Monday.
Mom, where are you going? Well,
Let me check rental cars.
While you're explaining it to Rory, you can hear the crinkling of your diaper. Mommy's going on a work trip.
don't mind the rattle.
Anyway, if you want to check it online, just Google it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, creepy.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Insomnia Cookies is offering a limited edition new 12-pack of cookies on their website called It's Not Me, It's You. So you can choose the 12 cookies you want to give your soon-to-be ex, and they'll include a handwritten breakup note on the inside of the
God.
box.
Can you imagine that? Dumping somebody with cookies?
Yeah.
Right? Well, I guess that's nicer than, ghosting them.
Nope.
No. You can't say anything.
Nope, it's not.
You can't say anything too spicy. There are 4 options. You can choose from It's Not Me, It's You. You're sweet but not my flavor.
Oh.
I have the hots for your roommate. That's just mean. We're done. Have a nice life. That's so terrible. So Insomnia said in a press release that this is a, quote, very unserious way of ending things since warm cookies are better than a cold heart.
There's too much
Cost
going
you
on
$30
here.
bucks.
Their insomnia cookies makes it sound like they're going to put you to sleep. or keep you-
Exactly,
There's
yeah.
too much going
No.
on
Is it like
here.
an energy cookie?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No.
I don't understand. But no, it's
Why
it'll
would it
cost
be
you
an
$30
energy
bucks.
cookie if it's called insomnia?
Gives you insomnia.
Keeps you up. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Imagine
Yeah.
you went with all of the options.
It's
so
not you,
mean.
it's me. I'm into your roommate.
We're done. Have a nice life.
Yeah.
What? This is a trend where we like,
Yeah.
hey, put a cockroach and
Yes.
your name on a cockroach
Yeah.
and name it after your ex.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
give
Right.
them cookies and say you're sleeping with
This
the
is,
roommate.
this
Yeah.
is the new Valentine's thing.
do we do?
That you're
Yeah.
supposed to, just harbor
mean.
bad feelings to your ex. And
Like, just move on.
Yeah.
Take the high road.
yeah,
Live
we
your
need
life.
we need to stop making this a thing.
Now, that being said, I think we did something where we hired a plane to fly over your ex, didn't we?
Yeah.
but we did it
so you
first.
could, you were doing something in the plane, weren't you? Not you.
I was in the plane.
Why are you doing a weird voice? You're doing something to the plane, weren't you?
Sound like I'm 90.
You did. Yeah, you did.
We had a plane.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple.
Yeah.
And they flew over their ex. This was many years
Yeah.
ago. And they flew over their ex, right?
Ex's house. While
And
they were,
where they
you know,
were supposed to be
chatting
Right.
intimately.
I
Yeah.
thought I didn't think we actually did that. We did the flying over thing. We did
Yes, we
the
did.
Mile
Oh,
High
yeah, no,
thing.
it happened.
We did that, but I didn't think it was the over the X. I thought we just thought about doing that. Didn't do that.
But
We
then
just had
what was
people-
the point of it? They just
We
went
had
into a
people
plane?
do a Mile High Club thing on the plane.
maybe.
I don't think we did the X
The
thing.
original idea was
Yes.
sex over your ex.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's
and we
right.
said, no, that's too much.
And
Yeah.
we can't do
It's
that.
dumb.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
Did we say
didn't
that
do
was too much, or
Or did
was
the
it just
pilot
hard
say
for
I
the
can't do
pilot?
that?
What happened
on.
at this radio station before I got here? It was like the
For
wild
the
wild
pilot?
west.
I don't know. No, but I mean, but we sent up a couple to do
Yes,
stuff.
yeah,
So the
yeah.
couple, the pilot didn't have a problem with that.
no? There was a little curtain. Remember, there's only
Yep.
a curtain in between them, and I thought,
Yeah, and a jock. I've heard this story. There's someone like a radio
Yes.
host who's
Yeah.
no longer with us here.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't die. Just doesn't work for us anymore.
Yeah.
And
He
was also
jumped.
in the plane. He jumped from the
Worst promotion ever.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and he was just like awkwardly sitting on the other side of the
Yeah.
curtain.
yeah,
Just waiting for it to end.
Why did we think that was a good idea?
I don't know
What
that
were
we
I
did.
don't know.
I think we just committed, and then it was like, well, see what happens.
Yeah.
We can blame it on our promo team.
I think
so.
Sure,
It was
sure.
the- it was
It was
their
a different
fault.
time.
Yeah, different time.
It would not fly.
Hey.
Would not fly? 2024?
It wouldn't fly. It would not fly.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
So this is a weird story out of the U.S. The National Air Force Museum got a bit of a weird call this week from a resident in Bellevue, Washington, who said they found an item that belonged to a neighbor and they wanted to donate it.
Okay.
The item, a rocket capable of carrying a nuclear warhead.
Oh, my God.
What?
Now, this rocket did not have a warhead on it.
Sure.
Okay.
But it was
good.
all fueled up and, could have been problematic.
Right.
But the neighbor saw it and basically ratted on their neighbor.
Okay.
Okay.
So there wasn't a warhead, but so why did he have this?
Don't know.
What was
It
he going
is-
to do with it?
don't know.
Why was it fueled up?
Right?
There's so many
weird.
questions.
Police left. They said it's going to be displayed in the museum now, so this is going
Okay.
to be fun.
Okay.
The reason I bring this up is because it brings the question: if you saw your neighbor or coworker or friend or something doing something
Right.
that was not right, would you rat on them?
Interesting.
And I have a few examples
Okay,
here. We'll
examples,
just
okay.
go through here.
This
Yeah.
is very juicy.
Very
Okay.
juicy.
Okay. All right.
I'm curious to know what you guys. I don't know. I don't know.
It just depends.
Okay. All right. Go
Okay.
ahead.
You see a server drop food on the floor of a restaurant,
Yeah.
then pick it back up and put it on a customer's plate and give it to them.
What is it? Is it a bun or is it like something wet? If it's a bun, it's like, whatever.
Okay, let's just
I
say
need
it's a
bun
bun.
off the floor. No, I'm not saying
Oh
anything.
man.
But it's not going to you, it's going to somebody else's table.
Man, I might.
That's a good.
Oh, that's
yeah.
so tough. I might tell.
Yeah, I might tell the person.
I'm definitely
after-
telling the person I'm
Yeah.
eating with.
Right.
But are you telling the person whose food, who was delivered the food? Are you telling them, oh, by the way,
God, this is such a tough
your
one.
server dropped that on the floor?
Yeah, you might, and just be like, I'd eat it if I were you, but like, hey, if you have, maybe they have like, I don't know,
What,
an
And does it make
allergy.
a difference?
Or
Here's the
fluoritis?
Or maybe they're like really, germaphobes, and,
Does
and
it
it
make
would
a
really
difference
bother them.
if you have already been served your food before you're ratting on the server who's dropping food on the floor and serving
Oh
it?
man.
Because to me, that makes a big difference.
Does it? Why? Hang on. What do you mean?
Because if you're ratting on the waiter
Yeah.
and the waiter hasn't brought you anything yet,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, no, fair
because
enough.
you'd be ratting out the rate. You'd be talking to a manager, right? Like you
Yeah.
wouldn't be going to the waiter. You
Right.
talk to a manager and say, "Hey, just so you know, I saw this person drop food," and
Yeah.
you won't want to give them a heads up. Oh God.
Yeah, I think no. Honest to God, I'm picturing my.
So you're not
I don't
saying
think I'm
anything?
saying anything.
And Brady?
I don't know.
Oh, that's such a tough one.
It is. It's so hard. It's hard unless you're in the situation.
I think I'd say something.
Okay.
That's really bad, right?
Okay.
If food is hitting the floor and that's really bad.
I think this one is
Yeah.
easier.
What are you saying, though, Rush?
I don't think I would say something. I don't
No?
think I would. I don't think so.
It's like you don't want to like intervene. You don't want to like make it awkward because maybe
Yes.
they don't care, and then you look like you're. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oof.
You see a coworker at a spa when they've called in sick.
No, I'm not saying
No, I'm
anything.
not saying
Maybe they
anything.
needed
Yeah.
a day, man. We
Yeah.
don't know what's going
Hey,
on
man,
in their life.
I'm at the spa too.
That's right. Yes, that was an easier one.
Yeah.
Your neighbor has a pet that is illegal in your area.
I don't care.
As long as it's not dangerous, I don't care.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
it couldn't hurt a kid or
Sure.
something, then
but
whatever.
if it's like chickens, like a lot of places you can't have chickens, right?
Yeah.
And people have chickens in their backyard. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
If they're super annoying, I might talk to them and say like, "Hey, can we, figure something out with these chickens?
Yeah.
Can we put them in a different corner or
Right.
something? If it's like really
Yeah.
affecting the way that I can
Yeah.
enjoy my
White
backyard."
noise machine.
But am I?
Yeah.
Sure. Very soothing for the
For the
chickens
chickens,
too.
exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Let's get a little waterfall going. But I'm not ratting them. I don't
No.
care.
And finally, your coworker is overinflating their insurance claim after flood damage.
No, none of my business, man.
Are you not
If
saying
you
it?
want to
Kidding
roll
me?
the dice on that,
Yeah,
I don't care. It's
absolutely.
not affecting my life.
But they're raising the rates for everybody else.
No. Are you serious? Would you rat on
No.
them?
No, I
Oh my
absolutely
God.
wouldn't.
No,
No.
if anything, keep me posted.
as long
Let me know
as
how
like
it goes.
the health and safety of my family is not affected, I couldn't care less.
Totally.
What my neighbors are doing with their time, their life, their yards, or
Oh,
whatever.
100%.
None of it affects me or my health and safety. I don't care.
It is funny because all of those things, the least serious was the one that you guys had the biggest trouble with.
Yeah, it's so true.
Out of all those, they're much bigger deals.
Yeah.
But somebody drops a butt on the floor, and you guys are, "Oh!" Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't
just so
know.
blatantly wrong, right?
Yeah.
It's so like we all know you can't do that. You
Yeah, but
can't
it's blatantly wrong to inflate your insurance claim. You know,
for sure, but
and-
that has nothing to do with me.
right?
Yeah, it
but
can
neither
depend
does
on
the person eating the
insurance and all
dirty
these other
bun.
things.
Yeah, person eating the dirty bun.
I know.
But I could see. I'm going to be watching them. I'm watching every bite that person takes
Got
with
an
you
the
also
dirty
don't
bun.
not gonna
species
kill
living in
them.
the basement of
Oh
the
my
neighbor's house and stuff, but you're more concerned about a bun.
The bun is just a
I
big
just
no-no.
know it's not going to kill them. It's not going to hurt them. They're going to be fine. And do I make a big deal out of? I think I'd be more inclined to talk to the manager and say, "Hey, you have a server on staff who clearly isn't worried about food safety, health, whatever it's called."
Here's another one. Coffee. A lot of people can't have caffeinated
Oh
coffee.
Yes.
yeah.
So what if I order coffee, I see them pour it out of something, someone orders a decaf, specifies that
Yes.
they really want a decaf, and I see them pour it out of the same thing.
Again,
so I know that
here's
it's
the thing:
it's not
everybody's going
decaf.
to survive. Like you're going to be
But some people
okay.
have like heart things, for example,
Yeah.
or like they just really
Okay.
can't have caffeinated
Okay.
coffee.
I would absolutely say something.
Would you?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be ratting on them that way.
because Rush wouldn't be able to get to sleep and he can't.
That's right,
fathom
no.
that.
True, yeah.
For me, no, I would just say,
You're right.
I think they ordered decaf.
Yeah.
I would do it that way. And act as though they made a mistake
Okay,
that
but
way.
if
and
you're
correct
across
them.
the restaurant, what are you
I'm
going to
not
stand
yelling
up?
about it. No. Excuse me.
You're jumping
No.
over tables, knocking chairs over,
It was decaf.
Yeah.
dive into their booth. Don't do
It'd be
it.
so awkward if they said, no, it wasn't.
yeah,
Oh.
exactly. Oh,
Well, forget it then.
okay.
I'll be back here. So I crawl over the tables again.
you gonna eat that bun?
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
We're in a self-care era, and we're doing it in comfortable ways. Have you heard of cozy cardio?
Cozy cardio.
Cozy cardio.
No, what does that mean?
Highly recommend. I just started doing this and it is awesome.
Okay.
So it simply involves walking in place in the comfort of your home using a mini treadmill or a walking pad or a treadmill.
What
if
do
have
you
a treadmill.
use?
Just a regular treadmill.
Okay.
Yeah. No stress, no membership fees, no tight workout clothes or busy gyms. And you can even have like a cup of tea
Oh,
by
is
your
this the
side.
thing you talked about, lighting candles?
And you light
yeah.
candles. The idea is to de-stress and get your steps in at the same time. I do this on Saturday, Sunday mornings. Everybody's sleeping.
Yeah.
I light some candles. I have a coffee.
Yeah.
I just go at a slow pace, watch my show, and it's like, and I do it in the dark, just with the candles going.
Okay.
It is.
This
I'm
is
telling
nothing
you.
new, though.
If it
Like
gets
people
you
getting on a
moving.
treadmill. Is
But
just,
now it has a name.
Oh, I
No,
see.
it's all
Gotcha.
about creating a zen
Yes.
environment.
You light
Right.
candles and
And
put
not-
a blanket on.
and not having this
Yeah.
expectation that cardio has to be exhausting.
No.
As long as you're moving your body,
you don't
that's
have
good.
to change into workout outfit. No.
Exactly.
No.
It's great. And I think if we're encouraging people just to move their bodies, that's
Sure,
wonderful.
yeah.
Sure, moving a little bit is better than not moving at all.
That's right.
Amen. Amen. Brady.
Amen.
She sounds like, what is it, Hal and Joanne? Or what?
Yeah, body break.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
body break.
Body break.
Hal Johnson
Classic.
and Joanne McLeod.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That's
they
a really
married,
good Halloween
Rush?
costume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
They were
I think
married?
I think they're still married. Yeah,
Were they?
No, that's a great Halloween costume.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
Okay.
It's a
Were
good
they're
mustache.
Canadian, right?
Hal had a great mustache.
Yeah, they're Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
look
love
at
that.
them.
But
This
that's a
is
great thing.
this is nothing new. People have been doing this
Yes.
forever.
Since
But it
2022,
did-
apparently, when somebody started it on TikTok.
Again, no. Somebody called it cozy cardio.
Yes.
then. Before that, people were walking.
But not with candles, and I have a salt
Sure.
lamp that
I'm
goes.
sure there were people
You know?
walking with candles.
Little
And
different.
So
by
did
the way,
you say you have
you're
a
not
salt
actually-
lick?
A salt candle.
Oh,
Salt with
Yeah,
a salt
She's
lick.
a horse.
yeah.
like a cow.
Yeah.
Cows
What is
have-
the salt lick?
It's a thing for animals that you can get hamsters a salt lick, just something that they can lick
Yeah.
and then they
They
get
hydrate?
No, they get salt.
No. It's
For
like a
hydration?
giant thing like this, Jenny, that they have at farms, and
Yeah.
it's like a big thing on a wheel, and then like cows or horses or whatever, they'll go up to it and they'll just lick it because
Yeah,
it's salt.
and they get their salt.
Oh.
They get their sodium intake. I thought you
Right.
said you had a salt lick. I thought,
No.
well, okay. I mean, if you
Hanging off
want,
the
yeah.
wall? I just lick it here. Oh my
so
God. That is
gross.
gross.
So cozy
Cozy
cardio.
Cozy cardio. Hey, man,
Highly
if it works.
recommend it. Go Zen, baby.
See, I think if you're gonna walk, I get that totally.
Yeah.
The comfiness of your home.
Yes.
But I still think a walk outside in fresh air is better.
Absolutely don't disagree. And I
Yeah.
think any sort of sunlight, I don't even think you have to do cardio. You can do a slow walk. Just
Yeah.
go sit outside. Fresh air is
I
everything.
think that's good for you.
Is
I mean,
absolutely.
if the weather is terrible though, and it's
Yeah.
or if it's icy or something, I get this, but I just
Yeah, but you got to name it.
yeah. Do you have to?
Cozy
name it?
cardio.
Do you really have to?
Absolutely.
I don't know that you do.
I call my little area the Zen Den.
Oh,
Wow.
Is that
Jen Zenden.
That's never been said before either, I guess, right? That's an original.
I didn't steal it.
Where is your Zen den? Is it in
It's
the
just
basement?
in the
Is
spare
it-
room. So the spare room is just there's no bed in it. Like there's
Okay.
we have another spare room, but like I have the treadmill in there and some weights
Yeah.
and a TV that I go in there, and it's my Zen den.
Okay,
Yeah,
candles.
candles and a salt.
And
And a salt lick.
And a salt lick. Yeah. Poor Rory, every Saturday and Sunday morning, he wakes up to his mom walking on a thing, watching Below Deck, licking her salt lick.
God, you nailed it.
Yeah.
I have coffee too, Brady.
Oh,
The
sure,
Zen
of
den.
course.
Do you have a coffee and a water? You want to stay
I
hydrated?
always have water. Always have
Okay.
water. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I will that's just getting the day going. The candles, and then I'll up the the speed once
Okay.
I'm done my coffee and I'm feeling good. Up the
Okay.
speed and go for
Is
a
it
little
still
bit
a
of a brisk
Zen
walk.
den once the speed increases?
Yeah, it's less
It's
cozy
always
now.
the Zen den, Molly.
I don't know.
Yeah, and if you're running on the treadmill with candles, it's weird.
No, I don't run on it.
Okay.
Not with the candles. That I have to be in like power mode.
Yeah, that would be
for-
weird. So
Yeah.
when you increase the speed, or do you just increase the incline?
Increase the speed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then do you flip the sign outside Zen den and this is not a Zen den?
and then I need another name.
The Zoom room when you're
Oh
going
my
fast.
God.
Yes.
Bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Zen den in the Zoom room.
No, but then you think you're doing Zoom
That's
calls.
true.
Yeah.
Oh,
What about
yeah.
the Doom Room?
Well, that's not good.
No, that's
You
not
don't
like
want to.
bad
Who
things
wants
are
to be in
happening.
there?
Yeah, and bad things don't happen
Yeah.
in the Zoom room.
No.
Bad things don't happen.
No.
No, or in the Zen den. It's all positive energy.
All right. And a lot of salt.
Yeah, and a lot of salt.
Yeah.
I didn't know salt sticks were a thing.
Lick.
Lick.
Salt licks were a thing.
Lick there.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
A Bowling Green State University study found that divorce rates have tripled for those 65 and older.
Oh, that's
Tripled,
high.
yeah. Meanwhile, divorce rates among younger adults are falling. These baby boomers may be divorcing as their children reach adulthood.
Yeah.
Here's a quote. I think more and more couples have some appreciation for this idea that it's better for the kids, to remain
Yeah,
married.
sure.
That your kids are more likely to flourish in school and in life if you remain married, which, by the way, is not true. He also noted that years of addiction or abuse can take their toll, causing one partner to want a divorce after many years. For sure, that makes perfect
I
sense.
think it's called, maybe you can Google this, Brady. I
Yeah.
think it's gray divorce, they're calling it now.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah?
Gray
That's,
divorce?
that's the new hip term.
Yeah,
Think
there you
about
go,
what
yeah.
divorce, the stigma surrounding divorce,
Yeah.
even 20, 30 years ago
Yeah.
Yes.
versus now.
Now,
And
yeah.
it's just like, I feel like everybody's like, live your best life. You got one shot. You want to
Sure.
spend your last
Am
20
I
years
right?
Yeah,
miserable?
great divorce. And
I think-
it's Rush, couples in long-lasting marriages, usually after the age of 50, and they say it actually can cause a lot of financial difficulties because people are so intertwined
Yeah.
with
Sure,
their
yes, it
finances.
would.
I could see it being difficult in that sense.
For
But
sure.
I also think there's the idea that it used to be that quality of life was not as good when you're older. Now it's better. People
Yeah.
are living longer,
Totally.
being more active and stuff. And
Yeah.
so they're saying, okay, well, I want to be happier now,
Yes.
as opposed to where it was before, where
But-
when you're older, life was not as
Yeah.
But
as
it's
great.
a lot more expensive now to live on your own.
Absolutely.
Yes.
At that age, if you're on a fixed budget and everything
That's a
else
good
like
point.
that,
Sure.
right?
But
For
if
sure.
you do meet another partner at the age of, let's say, 50, you can still have 30 plus amazing
Absolutely.
years
Really good
with
years.
someone. It's
This is it.
Well, I don't know if Sue and Warren are listening right now, my parents.
You want them to split up?
No, I would be so livid if they decide to go. No, I don't want to deal with either one of them
No.
at all at any age. Just stop it.
Imagine they
Just stay
split up and
together.
one of them has to move in with you.
Oh, wow.
God. No, I love my parents and I take
yeah,
them in.
for sure.
But no, they take care of each other. They drive each other crazy.
Yeah.
They don't need to put that on anybody else in the world.
But then
The
you
end.
would hope at that point, if they did split up, they could put their differences aside at that point.
No, they're not splitting up. It's not happening.
No, I know it's not happening. but,
I
let's
won't
just
allow
say-
it. It's
Just
which
Which one would you
enough.
take in?
What's that?
Which one would you take in?
Oh, for God's sakes. Well, flip the coin, man. I just-
What if they both wanted to move in, but they wanted separate wings? You had to put them on opposite sides of.
Why don't they just get a place on their own?
No, they're moving in.
They
I
need a
just-
full-time mediator.
If they sat us down and said, we're split, I'd be like, no, you're not. Not happening. Nope, nope,
Imagine
nope,
having to
nope,
introduce
nope.
2 Christmases at the age of whatever.
Are you crazy? And I'd say, look at you two. You're not going to be able to date anybody else.
Mahler, double the gifts.
Your mom takes you aside. Now, Jeffrey, this is not your fault.
If you like what you just heard, tell someone. They can listen to the Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady wherever podcasts are found. And if you didn't like what you heard, that's cool. Cool. All right, yeah.